Adoke and Mietimaka.
Yeah.
So, how were you able to, that is your own group now, how were you able to mix football and education? Because really, once upon a time, people just believe that you have to play football 100% full-time and take school out of it for you to be successful footballer.
No, that's not true. If you look down the history of Nigerian football, you find so many who went through school and played their football. Patrick Ikedi is there, Felix Owolabi is there, Shola Akinwale is there. So many, they are out there who actually had an education and played football. In fact, the vast majority of those who have succeeded in Nigeria, you find that they played at one sport or the other in secondary school. I'm sure you also did. At one sport or the other in secondary school. You don't have to be a champion. All we need for you to do is just participate. Some will fall by the wayside. They go to universities and become lawyers and doctors. Some that excel in their different sports can go on and become professionals. And if you want to be a professional, we advise that make sure that you go to those environments that will give you the opportunity to combine your sports and your education. And they exist.
In Nigeria?
Yes. If you go to Obafemi Awolowo University, we have a relationship with my school, my academy. They encourage that our own students to go to their school. We have students in their school. Uniport, for example, 2 of my students have gone to Uniport purely because on the strength of their academics and their sports. So we have to have more of these institutions rather than convert our playgrounds in secondary schools into more structures for classrooms. We should allow those kids to go and play. It elongates their lives. It gives them an opportunity in sports. And there's a huge sports industry for those who excel. And the benefits are too much.
In other words, Sports Academy, I think having them is quite useful. For instance, look at the underage football, China's Kids Cup, the academy you also run, and all of that. So you say at the end of the day, it's going to help you raise this controversy concerning age chiefs?
Absolutely. But you see,
but if we don't keep records, we can't even erase that at the end of the day.
Well, the best records you can keep are the records of admission into secondary school. When you go into secondary school about 11, usually you don't cheat. And if you are in secondary school, by the time you are representing your country, it's likely that you would register your correct age. But once you are out of it, as we do now, you find that those who represent us as under 17, 99% of them have been out of secondary school, either for 3, 4, 5 years, and yet they claim to be under 17. So there are no records beyond secondary school. That's why it is important. It is very important that we make it compulsory. Once you get them at that age, you register their ages at that age. You can't change it anymore, particularly if you have a system that can capture their biometrics, that can keep the information, the data, and you make it also compulsory that you cannot, it's going to be hard for you to play for your country if you are out of school. Not necessarily as punishment, but because being in school empowers you, prepares you for a better life beyond your sports. So we must encourage our children to do that. School is the answer. Our grassroots sports development, school is the answer. To eradicate illiteracy in this country, school is the answer. To elongate the lives of our children, school is the answer. It is an institution. You can go there, measure something from when it starts and finishes, and you can get the result. Out of school, then we have this madness, this chaos we have in this country, where nothing is recorded, nothing is documented, you don't know, and it just makes cheating flourish.
You just mentioned something about grassroots development. It's something that has always come up again and again in Nigerian football. People are looking for the days they'll return to the glory days of football when all Nigerians will actually sit and expect magic from their teams. How can we focus on grassroots football development while at the same time achieving results in whatever international competition we go for as of now?
School. I keep saying it. School is the answer. Let us focus on the schools. Let us make sure that every school in Nigeria...
How does school come in? Because, I mean, here we are...
Grassroots.
Exactly, we're talking about grassroots. I mean, we all know that grassroots takes a while to develop. It takes a while to refine and, to the desired products that we want. But here we are as Nigerians watching our teams go out, and we want results almost immediately. Do you think we can actually exercise that patience, or can school actually come into this particular mix?
Well, are we achieving the results now? That we are not focusing on the schools. Our sport, like every other thing in our country, is in total chaos. We can't even define the grassroots sports development. Where are we developing it? You don't have the playgrounds in the local governments. You don't have, nobody's in charge. But if you put this within an institution, where you have people who run the institution, where there's permanency, you can measure, you can count, you can keep information and data, and you can provide the facilities within that environment, then you have a basis to start to truly do sports development. It has to be tied to school. Out of school, I don't see how it will happen in this country. Nothing is happening anyway. In school, you have at least some kind of control. We must make sure that there are certain laws that make it compulsory. Every school must have minimum number of facilities for its students, so that they can just go there and run and jog and do whatever.
Well, you said that much, but again, how can we make football very, very, should I say, vibrant to change the economy now? We're talking about the way it is in Europe. You want to call it big money, because the only time we get together big money is when we talk about the administration of football in Nigeria, maybe the NFA or the NFF. That's when people get to get money. So how can we make it so interesting to the extent that our local league can as well, when we say, who do you support, you can say Shooting Stars, Enyimba, things like that. Because doesn't that give you some kind of worry that we haven't got into that stage?
Absolutely. Football is big business in the world. And Africa has not tapped into that global football and, in fact, sports business yet. We haven't even scratched the surface.